Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to make a video that's been very much requested. Therefore, I have pushed aside all of the other drafts that were going to upload, and I decided to work on this one immediately and present it to you guys right away. Today I wanted to discuss my iPad and how I am a paperless student for nursing school. So if this video pertains to you and you want further details on how to better use your iPad, or if you're thinking about getting an iPad before you start your nursing program, or you're thinking of transitioning, this video is definitely going to be for you. So without further ado, let's get this video started. So first I want to talk about the exterior part of my iPad. First, my case. So I did purchase this case off Amazon. I purchased it when I first purchased the iPad. I will try to find the link for it and I'll post it in the description box, but all I really did was put the type of iPad that I had and the word pink. So I can't have anything that's not pink. So it just flips open. It does have kind of like a foamy, fuzzy cover in the back, and you can stand it like this, which is pretty cool, or you can stand it like this, whatever works better for you. And also my case does come with a compartment for my Apple Pencil, which leads me to my next topic. So the type of iPad that I have, I do not have the iPad Pro, which is the one where you can charge your Apple Pencil like magnetically on the side. That's super cool. But I do have the version that's right below that. I know they're coming out with a new iPad right now, and I really want it, but there's nothing wrong with my current iPad, so I'll probably wait on that purchase. This is the 6th generation iPad. I do have 32 gigabytes of storage. That's one thing I definitely would recommend, is that if you are going to use the iPad for academic purposes, I would get the iPad with the, I don't know if this is the one with the most amount of storage. I think there's one bigger. I could be wrong, but I definitely would not recommend getting the iPad with the least amount of storage, just because, especially if you're in a program like nursing, what you learn your second, third, even first semester is going to help you in your last. And if it doesn't help you in your last, you're probably going to need it for your NCLEX. So definitely get an iPad that can fit a lot of storage in it. You don't want to have to be deleting things, and you don't want to have to be printing things out so to free up storage, because then what's the whole purpose of being a paperless student? As I mentioned, this is the iPad 6th generation, and the way I charge my Apple Pencil is I literally just connect it to my iPad and it charges up in like 15 seconds. So that's pretty neat. I haven't really had any problems with the battery, and whenever my battery does say that it's low, I use that as a little stretch study break. How to check whether your Apple Pencil is low on battery. So I'm going to go ahead and put screen record so you guys can see what I'm doing. And the way I check is I swipe. So you guys saw what I did. I swiped on this side of my screen, and it tells me how much battery my iPad has and how much battery my Apple Pencil has. And it tells us some other information too. So that's kind of like the gist and the exterior part of my iPad. I don't have a case for my Apple Pencil. I haven't really liked, I mean, personally, I've only used one type, and I didn't really like the way it felt, or the fact that it didn't fit into my case. I don't like to leave my Apple Pencil loose. The only thing I do have is I have this little attachment. This is another way that you can charge your Apple Pencil, and you just basically connect it to like a regular charger. So when I use this to charge my Apple Pencil, though I rarely do, I'll attach it to make sure I don't lose it. And one last thing, the Apple Pencil is not included in the purchase of your iPad. I don't know if it'll be included in the purchase of the new iPad that's coming out. I highly doubt that, because Apple is very smart with their business and they would not include it. Definitely keep that in mind if you are planning on purchasing an iPad. That is something to take into your budget. I believe the Apple Pencil runs between up to $90 to $100. I could have all that information if you guys just scroll down below. It will be in the description box under the links portion. So in regards to the apps that I use on my iPad, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do screen recording once more so you guys can see the type of things that I use on my iPad. I posted a video about using Notability, and I do very much recommend Notability. I have nothing against it. I recently, well not recently, I believe like a few months ago, I started using GoodNotes. I have fallen in love with GoodNotes, and I can make a YouTube video all about GoodNotes. I'll briefly skim and show you guys. They're just one quick little preview of why I love it so much. The fact that I can organize all of my documents for my classes into files and notebooks and just further and further organization, that is the main reason why I absolutely love GoodNotes. And I also can make templates. So for example, they have calendar templates that are already pre-made, and here's my template for what is left of my nursing semester after this whole quarantine business went down, but we won't talk about that, will we? So I do use my GoodNotes a lot for my classes, and I'll show you guys a little sneak peek. I do have a more descriptive video on how I study at home. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll post it somewhere in the screen and on the description box down below. And that I do go over a little more of how I make notes, but I do have, you know, little notebooks here where I create notes, and while I'm in class I open up my PowerPoints and I type notes on the side, or I highlight things that the professor says. And then when I study for exams, I input PDF documents of typed up notes that my friends have created, and then I go over it and I write stuff on the side. So that's pretty much the main gist of how I use GoodNotes and why I prefer to use GoodNotes over Notability. And it's definitely an app that I use every single time I unlock this iPad. Alright guys, so the next app that I do use a lot on my iPad, this is the Files app, and unfortunately this app is only going to be good for those who have a Mac computer as well. I think that's the only way it syncs through. So I store all of my PDF textbooks on my desktop on my computer, and in order to access them on my iPad, I go to the Files app, I download it from the cloud, and I open it directly. So for example, let's go ahead and look at my research textbook. It might take a little bit to download, so while that does that, once it's opened, I can either save it on my GoodNotes, which is what I have done for my OB class, and I'll show you guys that really quick. And the reason why I uploaded it there is while I'm in GoodNotes, I can go ahead and quickly skim through documents together. So as you can see, I have a whole bunch of tabs open, and here is my textbook, and I can highlight directly on it. However, I would recommend using the Books app to look at your textbooks, because it's in this app where you can literally highlight, like you can click on the contents section of your book, and then you want to find like postpartum depression, you can literally click on it and it'll take you directly to that. If you open it up on applications like Notability or GoodNotes, you won't be able to do that. You're gonna have to scroll. You can search for the word, which never really works for me for some reason. I personally, it kind of depends. Sometimes I'll take the time and I'll make sure that the proper chapter is open in my textbook using GoodNotes. Other times, if I'm researching something or I'm trying to do an assignment, I'll have my Books app open and I will kind of go through the contents of the chapter and then just open it through there. If you don't have access to Wi-Fi, this is a good way to make sure, if you're on the go and you want to read chapter 13, you can go ahead and do that by downloading it. You do need Wi-Fi connection when you're downloading things from the cloud for the Files app. That's kind of obvious. Several different methods of how you can access your textbooks. That's pretty much the gist of it. If I don't have it already downloaded, I'll get it from the Files app. Typically, I like to have my most used textbooks already in my GoodNotes file. I have my textbook right here in my OB little section folder, and I have my maternal newborn success practice book, and I also have my OB book. But for classes that I don't really use my textbook a lot, for example like my research class, I don't save it. I just keep it on my desktop, on my computer, on my laptop, and like I showed you guys right now, I'll just download it from the files and just look at it. So besides the regular apps that we all typically use, like email and FaceTime and messaging and stuff like that, I am a dork and I do have one game. I have just one game on my iPad. I'm a 90s baby and I have a fascination with Roller Coaster Tycoon. I used to play this game all of the time when I was like in elementary, middle school, and Apple created a replica of the original PC version of the game, and it is on the iPad. I think it was like $5, and I'm not even mad about it because I loved this game and the nostalgia that it takes me and gives me, and just I remember sitting in my computer for hours creating the coolest theme parks, and I literally do all of that on my iPad. Their app is called RCT Classic, and if you guys used to play this game like I did when you were younger, you guys are gonna thank me so damn much because it is literally the best. Like, it's the best game I've ever paid for the iPad, and that is saying a lot because I've paid for a lot of stupid things in the past. And last but not least, the music app. So I'm not much of like a Spotify, Pandora type of person. I am very, very much a Apple Music type of person, and that's only because I kind of can create my own little profile. So I'll show you guys my profile right here. So here's my little Apple Music account, and I kind of like create my own little playlists, and it's really, really neat. I love that I can share my playlists with other people. I'm pretty sure you could do that on Spotify as well, but I like the fact that I have access to music like the second, like if an artist says that their song is going to be released at midnight, I can listen to the song at like midnight. So I do use my Apple Music a lot. If you guys are interested and listening to the type of music that I listen to, I have pretty cool playlists. I am Latina, so I have a lot of Latino playlists, but I do have a very broad spectrum of taste in music, so I can list my username down below in the description box for my Apple Music. I'll also say it right here. It's Ivana Cecilia 13, and I do have this little picture of myself that I will probably be updating to match all of my other photos on my social media platforms. But yeah, that's a good way and a fun way, I guess, I connect with my friends, is I like to look at, I follow their playlists as well, and I kind of like listen to what everyone else is listening to, or sometimes I'll get like a notification that someone added my playlist to their like top 5, and that's pretty cool. So it's just a fun way to just, you know, music brings us all together, I think. Alright guys, so that is the end of my iPad video. If you guys want to see more, please let me know. If you guys have any questions, also let me know. Also let me know if you want to see a comparison of GoodNotes versus Notability and why I switched and the biggest reasons behind that. I kind of gave you guys a little bit of a preview earlier throughout the video, but that is something I can go way more in depth on and kind of give you a screen-by-screen comparison of my old notes on Notability versus my new and current notes on GoodNotes. So let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that. Other than that, I keep on repeating the same words. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are subscribed, I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of my family. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys on my next one. Make sure you turn on that little bell for post notifications whenever I upload a video. I post videos every week. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.